So first I've been asked to just give you a quick rundown on GrassRoots Guelph. GrassRoots Guelph is an organization dedicated to informing Guelph residents about what's going on in City Hall and encouraging citizens to participate in the October 2014 civic election. The steering committee is made up of concerned folks just like you, and GRG is a non-profit group who feel that our city can grow without escalating our municipal tax every year and imposing increasingly high property taxes and user fees on our residents. Here endeth the lesson.
In some ways more conventional.
Ralph has had 16 years of financial counseling, and he's going to talk to you this evening, and I think you'll find it stimulating, about the parallelism between budgeting in your family and budgeting at City Hall.
First off, I would like to thank GrassRoots Guelph for the wonderful opportunity to speak. I can hardly wait to speak here. I believe that I have a message that really needs to be heard. Someone who cared a great deal about my financial future. Of course, he was concerned about my financial future because I was marrying his daughter. And he said to me, "Rolf, do you want to become a wealthy man? Do you want to become financially independent?" Are you kidding? Yeah, sure. What do I got to do? He said to me, "Rolf, now that you're in full-time sales selling more business forms, I want you to put aside a portion of each paycheck that you make." Portion? How much? Well, Rolf, that's a difficult question, but he said, "I'd like you to start with maybe 5%, work your way up to 10, because saving is the way to become financially independent." How many of you here have ever been to Algonquin Park? Can I see a show of hands? Quarter of you? Some of you? How many Lake of Two Rivers? Anybody been in Lake of Two Rivers? There's one. I decided to tell my son a story because I wanted this to stick. And I said, "Carl, my brother and I took a canoe trip up in Algonquin Park at Lake of Two Rivers. What do you think that means?" He said, "Well, there's probably a river going in and one draining it." I said, "Very good. Now, Carl, pretend you're a civil engineer. How would you make the lake grow?" We thought for a moment, and he said, "Well, get a great big river going in." Many of my clients to whom I tell this story say, "Dam the river going out, and then the lake will grow." Neither of those answers are exactly correct. The correct answer is that the river going in must be bigger than the river going out. The mission of Guelph Grassroots was right down my alley. People, get out to vote. Stop wasting money, and for Pete's sake, stop the gratuitous increases of taxation. My wife and I have been here, a property owner, since 1981, and I think our bill for our place at the corner of Ironwood and Cole for property taxes was about $120 per month. I'm going back 30 years. But I took a look recently, and we live across the Hanlon by the YMCA, and we're upwards of $500 a month. That's $6,000 a year. Inflation, has inflation got up that kind of rate? By the way, Glenn, I love your graph out front there. How many people have taken note of that graph? It shows the difference about inflation and how our taxes have gone up. It's disgusting. Excuse me.
Not the graph.
Not the graph. The graph is not disgusting. The increase. So, I had a couple of choices. I could sit in Tim Hortons and bitch with my colleagues about taxes, or I could go down to the town whiner and whine. That's wine with an H, spelled with an H. Or I could get involved. Guess which one I chose? So what's this got to do with you, candidates? Well, I'll bet you're all here looking for votes and looking for support. In my opinion, if you got your ears to the rail, there's a train coming down the tracks. And that train is a very large discontent with taxpayers of how much our taxes have gone up. That train coming down the tracks is discontent with gratuitous spending, gratuitous increase of our taxes, and the complete indifference to the definition of a commercial contract. You know what I'm talking about. Urbicon. I've been in sales all my life, and I know how to sell. You only have to search for the right hot button to push. The person to whom you are selling is asking one simple question: what's in it for me? Only when you convince that person that the decision is in their best interest will the sale be made. What I believe for you candidates is the hot button to push: taxes. You talk about people's wallet and you've got their attention immediately. Bottom line message, and here it is. I'm not a long-winded preacher, maybe you think I am. City of Guelph, yes, please live within your means, but not by increasing our taxes. Wasting our money through broken contracts, litigation, building industries on unproven technology. You all know Subor. With gratuitous spending, it's got to stop.
Given the evening and the number of candidates that came out, how do you think it went tonight?
I think it was good. I wish all the candidates had been here. The intent was, right from the get-go, was to get people together in a nice informal setting, not have any speeches, and give individuals a chance to talk one-on-one with candidates from wherever. And I think we've accomplished that. And unfortunately, it was a little cool. We would have probably been better off inside, but I think it was good. It was good. And that's our intent. That's the intent of GrassRoots Guelph, is to encourage people to get out and vote and talk to their candidates in their wards.
And this is the first year GrassRoots Guelph has been involved in helping to promote the vote. And how has that been going so far? I mean, what kind of reaction now that we're getting closer to election day?
Honestly, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. There's I think people have read, particularly Jerry Barker's blog, Guelph Speaks, and I think he gets very acerbic in there and it lets some stuff out. And I think they're finding a lot of information there that isn't regularly in the local media.
Sure.
So from that point of view, I think at least my impression is it's impassioned some people to think seriously this time about what their vote is going to mean for the city of Guelph.
And between now and election day, what is GrassRoots Guelph going to be working on in terms of events?
I know they're working on, but it seems there's a bit of a problem with it, and that's where we want to have all candidates in debate in each ward. But we're having some difficulties getting that organized. Hopefully it'll take place. And the intent there was basically in their ward, just the ward candidates, questions from the floor, and then the candidates would answer in order, in reverse order, etc., each of the questions. And that way, I think it's a lot fairer, and maybe that will enervate people to get out and think about it, and hopefully on the 27th vote.
What's the difficulty in getting that event going? The space, the not enough candidates?
It's just a matter of trying to tie. There's so many things going on. Candidates have a difficulty, getting their scheduling set up. That was part of the problem here tonight too. They had other events going on, which is understandable. But we're trying to make it fair to all candidates. So if we can get them all out for a particular ward, that's important. we're getting closer and closer every day.
Let me see that. I gotta verify this, boy. It is. It says Cam Guthrie. How did you do that?
What have I won?
Are you on? Isn't that something?
What's oh my goodness.
Does that not say something? Yes, serious.
Yes, there it is. Not bad for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can rest assured this was not a fix.
And I don't even drink.
Yeah, no, it's a barbecue set.
Oh, it's a barbecue set.
Yeah, there's a bottle of wine in there.
There's a bottle of wine there.
Yeah, I'll have to donate that to somebody else. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, that's it, folks. I want to thank everybody for coming. I hope you had a good time. I hope you had a chance to talk to the various candidates. And don't forget, the 27th of October is the big day, and I hope everybody gets out and vote and encourage your friends and neighbors to do the same. Thank you, and good night.